Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host That Creepy Reading, and today I would like to let you know that I want to provide you some filler content until I finish the conclusion of Ted the Caver, and while other projects get edited and turned out. Today's tale of terror is simply known as the profile picture written by an unknown author on the Creepypasta Wiki. This story is one that intrigued me once I first take a look at it, and you'll get my honest opinions, thoughts, and ideas as we commit this fiction to the spoken word. I'm your host, That Creepy Reading, and I'd implore you to sit back, turn down the lights, and prepare to be scared as we delve into what happens when taking stupid gore pictures for amusement gets taken a bit too far. When a obsessed girlfriend goes out of control, and when kitchen utensils get used for nefarious purposes. That being said, let's begin. It all started when my girlfriend and I were just taking stupid pictures for amusement, ones with bloody intentions or whatever. One we took a while back was of me holding a knife to her throat. I thought it was pretty badass, so I made it my profile picture on Facebook. Granted, it wasn't a great idea. Later that night, I went through my notifications, and the picture had a lot of people leaving comments from, "Dude, you're so fucking sick. What the hell is so cool about holding a knife to a girl's neck?" to, "God hates you for the pride in that. Why would you do that?" I should have seen it coming. I have a few hundred friends on Facebook, and I really should have seen it coming. Even though I didn't know half of them, I did understand that a lot of them came from my church group. There was one comment from someone who is simply named Tilde, or the little squiggle you see on your keyboard, which was odd because Facebook has at least a 3-character rule in order to prevent such a things. The comment was just simply a smiley face, and it was odd. I didn't think much of it at the time, except that one of my friends had found a glitch. I wasn't too interested in finding out who did that at the time. I just wanted to delete the photo with 30 to 40 negative downvotes and replies, and honestly, it's like uploading a video saying that Gamergate is a lie. You're just gonna get a lot of unwanted attention. I figured it would just be better to remove the picture and not worry about any more death threats, and again, trying to explain that it was simply a fake, falsified photo. I clicked the options button, deleted a photo, and the text box of, "Are you sure you want to delete this photo?" appeared. Yes, I did. But the odd thing about this was that there's an unusually long period where it took to load. I clicked refresh on my browser, and then it closed. I didn't think much of it because, shit like this happens all the time. I run a potato that runs Vista, and terribly. I reopened Chrome, went back to Facebook, the picture was still there, so it was apparent that Facebook never really got the message to delete it. 10 notifications appeared at that time. All of them were comments on that picture. More people going on it, telling me how I'm a deranged lunatic. Except for one. The one from Tilde. Which, again, was another emoticon. This time I was unsure if it was just a bored face or a nervous face. As it was the 2 dots and then /. I went to go delete it again, and as soon as I clicked it, it was gone, and my profile picture returned to the default blue silhouette. This was, again, odd. I didn't even get a message this time. I browsed through my old pictures to designate one as my new profile picture. I then picked a new one when I had my emo bangs dyed black and red from 2008 when it was cool to watch Naruto. I got a lot of compliments on it before, so I figured why not set it up like that, and I returned to my profile. The picture of my girlfriend and I in the prank pose is black, only it had a noticeable red tint to it. I knew it had to have been a glitch because of all that timeline bullshit that I pride myself in being able to avoid for so long. But it sent shivers down my spine because it gave it a real creepy feeling in that image. Now, I know this doesn't seem very realistic right now, but just put yourself in my shoes. It's late at night, the full moon is up in the sky, no one's in your house, and all you've been doing is watching horror movies, so you sit there shaking in your seat, lit only by the illumination of your laptop. And then you got my thing. Some weird dude is sending me fucked up, creepy ass messages, and a image that was disturbing to begin with is now getting all glitched and fucked up. You couldn't blame me for thinking the worst in the situation. I then clicked refresh like a normal person because I thought it would have resolved the issue. Of course it would. Why wouldn't it? It did. My picture was now younger or emo-er me. It meant nothing, but that red tinted picture was stuck in my mind like a whisper, too faint to know what it was saying. I continued on with my pointless no life, looking at endless pictures on meme base. 10 minutes passed before I heard a badoop sound that signals me that someone cares about my existence. So with more excitement than I would like to admit, I switched tabs right away to see who messaged me. For some reason, there was no message, but my display picture was back to that red tinted joke, which was odd because I switched tabs and I stayed on that page. I don't know where it would have happened because I would have to refresh the page for it to change. I got a notification, so I checked it again, and a big surprise, another fucking comment on the picture. The picture was unaffected by my deletion attempts, other than a bit of discoloration. I clicked it just to find out how much of a twisted fuck I am, but there was only one comment from it. Guess who? It's from Tilde. Posted another face. This time, it was a sad face. This is when I went and when I decided I was pretty weird. So I clicked I clicked the approximately equal sign. There was 30 seconds where nothing happened. Then my screen switched to black. Sound came from my speakers, almost like a young girl's giggle, but it just generated through a Jacob's ladder. It almost was demonic. I touched nothing, and I listened to the electro giggles turned into electro cries, turned into electro screams, and then I felt a silence. My heart was pounding, literally fucking pounding in my ribs like I was a homeless man in a drunk take trying to escape hitting the bars. I was starting to hyperventilate. Everything went black, and I woke up on the floor. All I could recall is that I was swimming in warm milk. Then I was lying in blood. I was covered in it. Warm milk must have been what my mind equated to blood during my unconscious state. I started to panic, checking myself for injuries that would have caused this much blood, or whatever the fuck this was. This is starting to get... I noticed both my wrists were cut to the bone. I fainted again. When I came the second time, the blood was gone, my clothes were not stained, and all my wrists were fine. Almost. There was twin scars, each, no doubt, from the cuts, but if they healed already, how the hell long was I out for? There were fucking scars on my wrist, and I don't even know what to fucking do. It must have been weeks. And why the fuck did I wake up in the same spot? And who took care of me? Immediately, I stood up and looked at my computer. It was on my Facebook profile. Everything was normal, but that damn picture was still there. I looked at the date, April 12th, Same day. What the fucking hell? I mean, yeah, I believe, I can believe in hallucinating blood, but these scars, they were 100% real. I calmed myself down for a moment, made myself believe that it was just the after effects of a blackout. After a while, I'll stop seeing things. Mind you, I had no fucking clue what caused the blackout to begin with. And I had completely forgotten about the squiggle, the electro screams, and I sat in my chair and continued doing the last thing I remembered, which was deleting that profile picture. I clicked on the notifications. I didn't have to check it because I saw a comment on the picture, this time of the tilde simply stating, crying face. I glanced my eyes back to the picture, and I jumped out of my seat. In the fraction of a second it took me to see that crying emoticon, the picture changed, no refresh, no upload, nothing was even clicked. It was essentially the same picture, same red discoloration. The only difference is the word kill was spammed across the whole thing. Top, bottom, slight red, darker tint. Calming myself again, I made myself believe that I was just dealing with the sick, demented, very skilled hacker. I clicked on the homepage again and there was no newsfeed. It was as if it was a brand new account. I didn't have any friends, feeds, or even group memberships. Everything was wrong. Everything was gone, but that can't be. I have 5,000 fucking friends, right? I clicked over at the home page, and all of the posts I have ever made were deleted. Only the post on my wall was from the word squiggle, and it contained an angry emoticon. Emoticon from MSN looking over at my friends list number. It was normal, but all the friends lists on the that were plainly visible were all names tilde. And the most terrifying part is that all these pictures had the same demonic fucking red tinted picture with the exact same layer of writing, kill, kill, kill. I didn't even bother to look at the rest because I knew it was the same fucking thing over and over. Whoever the squiggle fucker was successfully scared me off the internet and my computer altogether. I walked over to the walls, my knees shaking. I bent over and unplugged the cord from the wall. I stood up and turned around and holy shit. Holy fucking shit. My girlfriend, she's standing right there. Her head is bowed. Oh my god. Dude. You scared the shit out. What the fuck are you doing here? She's wearing a dress. I can't get her to get closer. Almost like a jean-like material. It had white polka dots, and I recognized it, but I couldn't remember from where it was. Her arms are at her sides. They were pale. I'm starting to think that this is more than just some fucking hack. They were the same scars I have, the exact fucking same. Sweetie. You're scaring me, dude. She begun to giggle. Oh my god. I hope you guys can hear this. Like a little girl. This is very fucking disturbing. Is that an electronic giggle? Did she have a recording device on her? I froze in fear as she walked towards me slowly. She's getting closer and closer. I can't find myself to move. I can barely speak. Her eyes, they're backwards. Why the fuck don't I have a camera? I can see the optic. Oh my god. I cannot speak. I cannot move. I felt no physical existence as fear washed over me. You're almost right. What? What the, oh, is that my guts? Ah! 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 I just read this. The following was actually a recording. Apparently, after some of the events that took place, and after he realized he was blacking out, he took a recorder of some sort and just played it. it was odd because he's been missing for about several weeks. According to this recording, he's been in his house during that entire time. But he wasn't. He's been fucking gone, dude. His parents were looking all over the place. I was even a part of the neighborhood watch team that went out to try to find him. If anyone knows what happened to him or can offer any more information, I implore you to comment on this video. As for Janine, his girlfriend at the time, if you find her or know any idea of her whereabouts, it would be beneficial for you to comment. We actually have a reward out on her head. If you can find her and give any information to police that may lead to her arrest, we are offering a $10,000 reward. I normally wouldn't post something this graphic, but I can't make heads or tails of it, and the police aren't even considering it evidence, as they're considering it some sort of hoax. But I'm telling you, it is his voice. This story was an interesting one. Honestly, I actually kind of enjoyed the premise behind it. It's another internet creepypasta where someone does something they shouldn't have and it backfires. There was no possible way this person could have avoided this. He only posted a picture in which he thought was fine. Perhaps he invoked a spirit, demon, or maybe this was simply a obsessed girlfriend drugging and going about their routine. However, I'd like to state that, with that being said, the story is very disjointed. There are very few details given, and it needs some severe rewriting in order for it to be considered good. Honestly, I had to change a lot of the first person to third person tense because the original ending called for the person to be gutted and then him saying, "I fell to my knees and cradled my entrails." Well, if he fell to his knees, as in this I person, the first person, how would he even write the story down? So, taking the liberties of a narrator, I changed the ending a little bit so that they'd fit my own personal taste. The only thing I know is that the story needs some serious rewriting, and even with my edits, the story itself was bland. It requires more detail, it requires more build-up, and it requires us to even know the name of the main character. So, with that being said, this story is simply a 4 out of 5. It's written competently, it has proper spelling, grammar, and paragraph usage. However, it simply just lacks the detail to be something decent. I've been your host, That Creepy Reading, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's tale of terror. Ted the Caver should be up in full by Friday afternoon. This has been your host, signing off.